In 2021, Mark Zuckerberg revealed something that was going to change the world: the Metaverse. His $100 billion plan painted a world where we would host meetings, buy and sell goods, hang out with friends, and be completely immersed in a digital world. And his idea seemed promising. Huge companies like Microsoft, Walmart, Disney, and more were on board, and Wall Street was more than happy to invest millions of dollars into these metaverse ventures. However, a brand new technology swiftly took over headlines and became the thing surrounding the tech industry. That technology, of course, was generative AI. This new tech became the forefront of Wall Street's money, leading them to completely abandon any sort of investment in Zuckerberg's metaverse and let Meta stock plunge over 72%. So, what happened? How did Zuckerberg manage to become the pioneer of our supposed future and lose all of that hype to AI? And more importantly, is the metaverse still destined to be our future? To answer these questions, we need to know why Zuckerberg risked his entire company and focused solely on the metaverse in the first place, which takes us to October of 2021. It was during this time that Mark Zuckerberg first revealed his metaverse plans to the public. Along with his company name change from Facebook to Meta, Mark released a splashy promotional video where he claimed that the metaverse would be the future of the internet. He alleged that the metaverse would make your social interactions feel real, offer plenty of immersive experiences where you could explore virtual worlds, allow you to create personal avatars that look realistic, and even let you work in a productive environment with your coworkers, all while sitting at home. And along with these claims, he announced that his company was putting forth over $100 billion towards investments to the metaverse. Unsurprisingly, Mark's announcement came as a shock to many, including Meta's own shareholders, in which they called his investment, quote, terrifying, even by Silicon Valley standards. But while his plans for the future seem wild, Mark did succeed in grabbing attention. And he sure grabbed a lot of it. The Verge was quick to publish a nearly 5,000 word long interview with Mark immediately following his announcement, in which the writer called the metaverse, quote, an expansive, immersive vision of the internet. Wall Street was also buzzing with excitement, pumping Meta stock 6.7% following the weeks after their metaverse news. And as more and more glowing profiles kept being published about Mark and his plan, it seemed like the metaverse was on a great path toward success. But along with the hype revealed some alarming problems within Zuckerberg's wild idea. The first of which being the first actual portrayal of the metaverse we got, which came through an interview between Mark and CBS host Gayle King, where low-quality cartoon avatars of the two awkwardly motioned to each other. This portrayal of our supposed future was a stark contrast between the flashy promo video that Mark published. But things only got more concerning from here. The main problem with the metaverse was that it was suffering from an identity crisis. No one knew exactly what it was, and all Mark would describe it as was the successor to the mobile internet and a vision that spans many companies. He failed to articulate the basic problems that the metaverse would fix in our society. And maybe there weren't any that the metaverse could fix. But despite the lack of a clear use case, the metaverse was still swiftly taking over the attention of headlines, Wall Street, and the general public as Mark kept hyping up this technology. He later claimed that over 1 billion people would eventually be using the metaverse and spending hundreds upon hundreds of dollars there. And apparently big tech companies agreed. It seemed like every company had a metaverse product to offer following Zuck's announcement, even businesses that seemed to have very little to do with the tech, like Walmart and Disney. And when it came to the tech companies, they were ecstatic with the idea of a fully digital future. For example, Microsoft CEO Satya Nadella said in 2021 that he couldn't overstate how much of a breakthrough the metaverse was for his company, the industry, and the world. Roblox, an online game platform, rode the metaverse hype to an initial public offering in a $41 billion valuation. The cryptocurrency industry was thrilled as well, and were successfully selling the public on the idea of a future where we would buy and sell NFTs and even own virtual real estate. All of these fresh ventures into the metaverse had Wall Street drooling at how much money was involved, and many analysts were quick to make predictions of just how much money there could be. Take the global consulting firm McKinsey, for example, who predicted that the metaverse could generate up to $5 trillion in value. Citibank was even more confident in the technology, stating in a report that the metaverse could be a $13 trillion opportunity by 2030. Case in point, the world was on board for the metaverse. As 2022 rolled around, everyone was excited to see the massive amount of progress that was going to be made during the year. But unexpectedly, things didn't turn out well. When people were first offered to actually explore the metaverse, nobody tried it out. Take Horizon Worlds, for example, the online platform Meta released for the metaverse. By October of 2022, it had less than 200,000 monthly active users, dramatically short of the 500,000 target Mark had set for the end of 2022. Also take a look at Decentraland, the most well-funded crypto-based metaverse product on the market. They reported having a measly 8,000 daily active users through 2022, a fraction fraction of what they expected in their quote $1.3 billion ecosystem. As more and more headlines came out regarding the pity turnout of players, it appeared that the metaverse wasn't meeting people's expectations. I mean, when you compare Meta's introduction video to what the metaverse actually was at the time, you can clearly see the difference is night and day. And soon enough, big companies and consumers alike realized that Mark had made ridiculously huge false promises that were clearly not going to be met that year. So they abandoned ship. Microsoft was quick to close down their virtual workspace platform AltSpace VR and laid off 100 members of its industrial metaverse team. Disney shuttered its metaverse division soon after, and Walmart followed suit by ending its metaverse projects with Roblox. As the hype died down for the metaverse, Mark's company began to struggle. Their VR division Reality Labs, who makes their Oculus Quest headsets, reported a $4 billion operating loss in the first 3 months of 2022. And Meta's stock price fell 72% throughout the year, reaching a low of just $90. Of course, it's hard to blame this massive drop-off in value all on their metaverse plan. But a factor that was most definitely in play was the rise of a new technology, one that had been developing for years and was proven to be much more revolutionary than the metaverse: generative AI. During the same time the metaverse was nosediving, a company called OpenAI had released a new product called ChatGPT, and the entire world was quick to praise just how impressive it was. With ChatGPT and some of OpenAI's other products like DALL-E, users were able to create high-resolution art, write full essays in perfect English, and of course so much more, all from scratch and all for free. With how useful this new technology was, it's not surprising that ChatGPT surpassed 1 million users just 5 days after its release and reached 100 million users in 2 months. The explosive rise of this new tech led OpenAI to receive a $29 billion valuation, and with that transitioned big tech's focus from the metaverse fully to generative AI. Microsoft was quick to announce a $10 billion partnership with OpenAI to use ChatGPT's technology in their Bing search engine and in other products like Microsoft Word. The CEO of Alphabet, which is Google's parent company, issued a code red within their company based on how impressive ChatGPT was. And soon after, they quickly began working on their own chatbot called Bard to compete with ChatGPT. And social media companies have already implemented generative AI into their own products, like Snapchat's My AI and TikTok's Take. With the staggering influence AI is shown to have on our future, Mark Zuckerberg himself had to admit that the tech was impressive. And so, he was forced to do the inconceivable. In March 2023, after spending over $100 billion on his original plan, Mark officially transitioned his company from being metaverse-focused to AI-focused. He said in an update that Meta's, quote, single largest investment is advancing AI and building it into every one of our products. Meta's chief technology officer, Andrew Bosworth, has said the same thing, telling CNBC in April that he and Mark are now spending most of their time on AI. And along with Meta's new focus came a new plan, one Mark coined as the quote, year of efficiency. This plan involved cutting massive amounts of spending on the metaverse and laying off nearly 11,000 employees. They've even stopped pitching the metaverse to advertisers. But as much of a shock this is for a company that used to be metaverse first, Wall Street seems to be loving this news. Since the beginning of 2023, Meta's stock price has surged 117% to $262, a great sign for Mark that his new plan is pleasing investors. So why did Mark invest billions of dollars into the metaverse just for him to drop everything for generative AI? And also, is the metaverse still destined to be our future? Well, it wouldn't be right in saying that Mark has completely given up on the metaverse. He's previously stated that, quote, a narrative has developed that we're somehow moving away from focusing on the metaverse vision. I just want to say up front that that's not accurate. We've been focusing on both AI and the metaverse for years now, and we will continue to focus on both. But while Mark maintains his commitment to the metaverse as a long-term project, one can't help but question the true nature of his intentions. Did he ever have a genuine interest in shaping the future of human interaction, or was it merely a means to bolster his own wealth and power? Of course, it's hard to determine what our ever-changing future holds. But on paper, Meta seemed to mislead everyone on vague promises, fuel a hype train within the tech industry on frail press release language, and burn tens of billions of dollars, just to kill his plans the second another idea started to interest Wall Street. All of which does not look good for the metaverse.